Hi, my name is Christian Baldwin. I'm the turfgrass scientist at Jacqueline Seed by Simplot, and thank you for listening to our podcast series called Jacqueline Net News. In cool climates, Poa annua is perhaps the most difficult weed to control due to the species' genetic diversity and prolific seedhead production. Because of Poa's aggressiveness, many turfgrass managers are hesitant to renovate to Kentucky bluegrass since Poa annua is difficult to control. So taking their concerns into account, Jacqueline Research initiated a research trial focused on developing a program to enable turfgrass managers to successfully convert to new and improved Jacqueline Kentucky bluegrass cultivars. The agenda of this Jacqueline Net News report will discuss research trials conducted at Jacqueline Seed and several universities across the country. Topics include investigating the best tenacity herbicide application rate and timing for control of newly germinating Poa, cultivar safety following tenacity applications, and post-emerge control of mature Poa annua using various tenacity application regimes. Tenacity, active ingredient mesotrione, is absorbed through both the leaf and root tissue. When applied to sensitive species, carotenoid synthesis is inhibited, which leaves the light harvesting complex sensitive to excessive sunlight. Therefore, injury symptoms of sensitive species often include bleaching or whitening of leaf tissue. Here are a few examples of tenacity injury to sensitive species. The picture on the left is creeping bentgrass injury in a Kentucky bluegrass stand. The picture on the right is injury to newly germinating Poa annua. You can see the characteristic bleaching symptoms of both species. This research trial was conducted in Post Falls, Idaho. Prior to initiating the trial, glyphosate was applied over the entire study area, which consisted primarily of Poa annua. Rush and Award Kentucky bluegrass were then seeded early September at a rate of 2.5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. There were 4 tenacity application regimes. A 4 ounce per acre rate was applied the day of seeding, 4 weeks after seeding, 5, and then 6 weeks after seeding. Or, the first application was 4 weeks after seeding, followed by applications 5, 6, and 7 weeks after seeding. The next 2 treatments were applied at an 8 ounce per acre rate. The difference was the timing of the first application. The 8 ounce rate was initially applied at the day of seeding or 4 weeks after seeding, followed by an additional application 6 weeks after seeding. These application regimes were chosen to stay within the yearly rate restriction listed on the product label of 16 ounces per acre. It should also be noted that all tenacity applications were in the fall. This data shows the amount of Poa annua in plots 28 weeks after seeding. The black bar is the control, without tenacity. The other bars are tenacity treatments. 28 weeks after seeding, all tenacity application regimes are providing reasonably good Poa annua control. Similar trends continued 43 weeks after seeding. However, 4 applications of tenacity at a 4 ounce per acre rate provided superior control compared to 2 applications at the 8 ounce rate. It should also be noted that no differences were detected within rates regarding the initial application timing. This picture was taken March 18th. Note the amount of Poa in the control plots and the amount of bare ground in the tenacity treated plots. While the plots are not looking impressive at this point, the remaining Kentucky bluegrass has no competition with weeds. Once the air and soil temperatures start to warm and fertilizer is applied, the Kentucky bluegrass will quickly fill in the bare areas. This series of photos were taken on June 28th. Note the amount of Poa in the control plots, while the 2 plots treated with tenacity are near 100% Kentucky bluegrass. This picture was taken in the spring 2011, almost 18 months after the trial. It's clear to see the dark green Jacqueline Kentucky bluegrass plots that were treated with tenacity and the light-colored, mostly Poa annua plots that were not treated. Well, this is a similar trial conducted at Iowa State University. researchers investigated two seeding rates at 2.5 and 5 pounds per thousand square feet and 3 seeding dates of June, August, or September. A Kentucky bluegrass blend consisting of Jacqueline varieties Absolute, Everglade, Liberator, New Destiny, and Total Eclipse was used in this trial. Herbicides tested included Pendulum EC, which is a pre-emerge herbicide, and Tenacity, which was applied at 5.3 ounces per acre 3 times in October. Overall, results indicate seeding in August or September at a 2.5 pound per thousand square foot rate, along with 3 Tenacity applications at 5.3 ounces per acre in October, provided the best POA annua control when renovating to Jacqueline Kentucky bluegrass. As you can see in the picture, pendimethalin provided better control than the untreated plot, but Tenacity provided far superior control. Well, in review, selecting a POA competitive cultivar, like Rush, is a key first step in initiating a renovation program. Killing the existing stand prior to seeding is also an important step for success. Results from Iowa indicate higher seeding rates do not provide additional advantages. Therefore, seeding rates should be in the range of 2 to 3 pounds per thousand square feet. The best time of year to seed is around Labor Day. Regarding Tenacity use, applying low rates of 4 ounces per acre within the first 4 weeks of seeding, followed by 3 to 4 applications spaced 7 days apart, is key to kill the newly emerging POA annua. The previous 2 research trials focused on controlling newly developing POA. Trials at the University of Illinois and Washington State University investigated strategies for controlling mature POA annua. This trial was conducted in 2009 on Odyssey and 2010 on a Kentucky bluegrass blend of Jacqueline varieties Total Eclipse, Award, and Excursion. In both years, initial Tenacity applications were applied either in May, June, or July. The first column lists all the application rates, the second column lists the number of applications, and the third column details application timing. When controlling newly establishing POA, low rates but frequent applications were key for success. Similar trends were noted for controlling mature POA annua. Outlined in the red box, best treatments with 92% POA control were multiple applications at 1.6 or 2.4 ounces per acre applied 2 to 3 times per week. Well, this is a similar trial conducted at Washington State University. However, they included other herbicides and tank mixed these with Tenacity at various rates. Best treatment was noted following fall applications of Tenacity tank mixed with Progress. In review, best strategy for good control of mature POA annua is applying multiple low rates of Tenacity. Washington State University researchers found tank mixing Tenacity with Progress in the fall provided good control of mature POA. While most Kentucky bluegrass cultivars have shown good tolerance to Tenacity, most of these trials were only sprayed once or twice. Research now shows that at least 3 to 4 applications at low rates are required for good POA annua control. The Jacqueline cultivars listed in this slide have been sprayed multiple times at low rates at several different locations and have shown good tolerance to Tenacity. Thank you for listening to this edition of Jacqueline Net News. Stay tuned for future presentations that will provide updates of how new Kentucky bluegrass cultivars coming to the market tolerate frequent, low-rate Tenacity applications.